You're still live on Breakfast Daily. Well, the info coming in this morning, has been a bit depressing, but unfortunately, this is what it is. But don't we say that media gets results? For the people of Aboasah here in the Greater Accra region, they can now, have some smiles. They can heave a sigh of relief because not long ago, they had issues with potable drinking water. In fact, they had none until some Good Samaritans came in to lessen their plight. Let's take a look at this report put together by Citi News' Aboasah. Now, it takes us back from what the problem was and what the situation is currently. Let's take a look.
In Aboasah, somewhere in the Gas South municipality in Accra, the only option for residents is to rely solely on dirty stream water for their needs. They fetch with joy and excitement. Why? Because whether safe or unsafe water, they can at least serve the household with it. The chief of the area is worried about the lack of access to potable water in the community, saying it is affecting the health of residents due to their reliance on unsafe water sources. David has lived in Aboasah since his birth. He takes me on a tour to some of the streams they depend on.
This is the water that we used to drink, and sometimes we used to bath or we used to cook. So the MPs and the assembly, they are not helping us, so we don't get any water to drink. This is the rainwater that we used to get. Sometimes when rain fall, before it gets a small tub to get to cook food, that's why. When you fetch it like that, you don't boil it. We don't have time to boil it, or we don't get firewood, or our cylinder, our gas, we don't get money to fill our cylinder. That's why we don't boil it. After fetching, then you put it on the fire. Then if you're about to cook cassava, then you put the cassava inside or eggplant, then you do it like that, raw. This is the second plate that we used to fetch our water. And sometimes we used to drink and we used to bath and we used to cook. We don't have any water to fetch, and this is our second water so that we can use to. Even it's so dirty and it's not clean, but how if we do, you have to manage it.
The residents fear that the constant consumption of the stream water is a cause of skin infection being witnessed in the community. About a month and few weeks ago, this was the story of residents living in Aboasah. Their story will no longer be the same. Why? Because they will now have access to safe drinking water. The chiefs have been expressing their excitement about the donations and expressed their gratitude to Citi News for sharing the story to the world.
Water water is life, and it helps a lot. As Citi comes here today, requests have all been answered in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. And again, it will enter from generation to generation, because such projects are not easy to come by. So the Ghana Armed Forces, I thank them a lot.
About 15 months ago, some selected personnel of the Ghana Armed Forces left the shores of our country to South Sudan to help in keeping peace or bringing peace to South Sudan. Midway through our tour of duty, we monitored the documentary on Citi News, and the documentary was about lack of potable water in Aboasah. In pursuance of this, we returned home after a successful completion of our mission, and then we thought it wise to commence this mechanized borehole project to alleviate their plight. By extension, appealing to the corporate bodies out there that there's so much we can do to support our deprived communities.
Residents could also not hide their joy as the donations came in.
You have come to do us. God bless you. Your project will go well. So I'm feeling what about the borehole. We go drink water, any water. We go drink quality water. Quality water. You go drink quality water. So God bless you.
So that is the story of the people of Aboasah. Now it's important to note that Aboasah is right here in the Greater Accra region, and that was their source of drinking water. Very terrible. You know, so the problems come in different folds. While some are talking about lorry fare, some are talking about, food issues, others don't even have water, potable water to drink. And we say water is life. So they don't even have life to think of transport fares, to think of fuel increment. But we say big thank you, to the military men who put themselves together to bring relief, to bring this joy to the people of Aboasah. So, it's not always the case where some military people are slapping people, they are harassing people and all that. They also have hearts, they also have feelings. And so when they saw the story on Citi News, they decided to come together. And these were gentlemen who were on mission, all the way in Sudan. They decided to come together and then bring some relief to the people. Now, this is what we are asking other benevolent organizations and institutions to do. If you are an individual, if you are a company, if you can support, look, this is where Ghana is. At this point, we can't just be dependent on the government because they can't do it. That is the reality. They can't do it. And so we all need to, some way, somehow, come together, look at how we can help, how we can support other people, how we can support communities, and make sure that we lessen the plight, of individuals in the country, because now it's getting chaotic. And when it happens like that, it becomes suicidal because people can't afford basic needs in life. And it gets frustrating, it gets embarrassing. How I feel for fathers, because you have to provide for yourself, provide for your family. And if you're not able to do this, what does it mean? It takes your confidence away. It takes your pride away as a man, And we are all going through this. It is terrible. We have women who are also doing so much. And this is the situation. Now we can't afford the basic needs in life. So we say a very big thank you to the military men who came together to make sure that they have this, for the people of Aboasah. And I've been joined by the Director of Public Relations for the military. Thank you very much, sir. You're welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Good morning. Thank you so much. I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Right. So why would you consider something like this? It is really not your job to be doing that. You're supposed to be protecting Ghanaians, not providing water for people. So why this wonderful and exemplary gesture?
Well, I think that we've been doing that for a long period of time.
Okay.
Yes, we've supported various contingents that have returned from peacekeeping, have supported communities and certain persons in certain deprived situations. So we've had instances where some contingents have supported a cardio center at Kolebu.
Okay.
We've had support for the Wija Leprosarium, the 37 military hospital, and some of our medical reception stations across the garrisons. So this particular one is not the first of its kind, but maybe getting to that community based on the documentary aired by Citi TV, maybe it's a very rare incident.
Now, is this mandatory? Do you have to really do this, or it's just coming from a good place?
It is coming from a good deed. It is not mandatory because it is contribution from the personnel themselves. So it is not mandatory. It is just coming out of a good deed to support communities and also deprived persons.
So what really drove you to do this when you saw the story on Citi News? What really drove you? What touched your heart?
Well, we support national development programs as part of the military itself. So as individuals also, we see some of the issues that are happening, or maybe some of the hardships some of the communities face in some of the areas that we serve. And apart from that, we also monitor events, especially socio-economic development issues. So, for instance, what Citi aired on 11th September touched the hearts of the troops who felt that is, apart from all the other things that we do to support the national development, we as individuals can also contribute our views mind to support this particular community. And the thought of that having potable water in the location was very crucial.
Right. Now, how many of you did this? How many of you came together to do this project?
Well, in terms of number, it is a battalion that just returned from United Nations mission in South Sudan. So it is the battalion led by the commanding officer, and at least majority of them came up with the initiative that if you really want to support something, this is one of the things we've noticed that we think to help to alleviate a certain challenge that the people of Aboasah face. So let us go towards that. So it is the hope challenge.
Right. So now they have the tanks. Are you going to still supply them with water, or now they have to take over from you?
Well, it is a mechanized borehole,
Okay.
and therefore they take over from us once
Okay.
we've constructed it, or the troops have constructed it for them now. Operating it will be more simple instead of them using a lot of manpower and a lot of physical effort. Instead of pumping the water now, it is mechanized. So what will be required of them is just proper maintenance of the equipment.
Well, now, so as you are, you guys are military people. When we see just your uniform even passing, we are all steady. Are you going to be checking on them from time to time just to make sure that it is being well maintained? I'm saying this because of how we maintain projects, how we maintain stuff in this country.
Well, I think that is part of the monitoring aspect of it, that we put up an important social intervention project somewhere. It is important that we also take note of how it is being maintained, and if there's any assistance that you require in respect of maintenance, it will be done.
Right. Now, what would you tell, other institutions, other persons, individuals who can support, especially in the kind of situation we find ourselves in as a nation, with regard to supporting other people, supporting communities?
Well, I think that is important that I know a lot of individuals, philanthropists, and corporate institutions are doing a lot. But it's, it's a step-by-step process. So we take note of certain deprived communities, and at least one intervention project can really help to alleviate certain hardships that is faced. So I think it's important that as part of corporate social responsibility, we monitor and see those ones that are very crucial for them, so that we'll be able to, with consultation with the various communities involved, to be able to support them. Then also we have to look at how we apply or we judiciously use certain resources at our disposal. Certain things can serve a numerous number of people, so that we know the ones that can be able to have an impact on the people, so that we could concentrate on some of those ones there, so that their burden will be lessened.
Right. Officer, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And extend our thanks, also to your colleagues who helped in bringing this relief to the people of Aboasah. So we've been talking to the Director, Public Relations, Ghana Armed Forces, Naval Captain Michael Adolabi. And just in case you did not catch the beginning of our conversation, so some military men who were on mission in Sudan are back home, and they saw a report, of the people of Aboasah lacking potable water, and so they decided, as part of their CSR projects, to just come in and provide water, potable one, for the people of Aboasah. Today that project has been launched. But to you people of Aboasah, when military does something, you better reposition yourself and be steady. They said they will be coming to check from time to time how well you are maintaining the thing. If you do not maintain this project properly, we will join them to lash you. Don't forget where you are coming from, the kind of water you were drinking, using to bathe, cooking, and do other chores. If you have this, take very good care of this mechanized borehole so you drink water for a very long time. You're still watching Breakfast Daily. We'll be right back.